Everybody, welcome to my presentation today. We're celebrating the International Languages Festival, and we have two different agendas. One's for 8:30, and the other one is for 10:10. Okay. My name is Profesora Yesenia Chavez. I teach Spanish at Central Campus, but the college also teaches French. Okay, and Chinese. We also have a club, which is a title Hispanic Cultural Club. You're invited to share with your students. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about Spanish in the world and in the United States. So general facts, okay? And then I'm going to talk about las tortillas, okay? So Spanish in the world. So we're about 500 million people. Currently, as of the year 2024, more than 24 million people were studying Spanish. Spanish is the second most spoken mother language in the world after Chinese Mandarin, okay? It's the third language in internet. The country with the most Spanish speakers is Mexico, the number one, okay? So it's been growing for the past 10 years at the rate of 2%. So Spanish is the language, official language in more than 20 countries in the world, and Mexico, South America, Spain, and Guinea Equatorial. And here we got the countries ranked. So number uno, it's Mexico. Then we got Colombia, Argentina, España. We also put in there the United States, as more than 40 million people speak Spanish. Venezuela, Peru, Chile, Ecuador, Guatemala, Cuba, República Dominicana, Bolivia, Honduras, El Salvador, Paraguay, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Uruguay, and Panama. So Mexico is the number one, and the United States is in the top 5 of Spanish speakers in the world. And here we got a little map where Spanish is a speaker official language, Mexico, all South and Central America, and Spain and Guinea Equatorial, okay? So now let's switch Spanish in the United States. So right now, 48% of the Spanish speakers in the United States are native Spanish speakers. About 50% are learned in college or at school grades K to 12, more than 70%. Okay, so in college, it's about 50%, and K to 12, more than 70% of the total national population is learning Spanish. Okay, and here are the states in the United States with the most Spanish speakers. Okay, in by percentage. So Nuevo Mexico is the number one, Texas number 2, California number 3, Arizona number 4, Nevada number 5, Florida 6, Colorado 7, and New Jersey 20%. Okay, so Texas were the second, okay, after New Mexico, with about 40% of the population. So the biggest cities with the most Spanish speakers percentage are given. Hialeah, 93%, Laredo, 90%, El Centro, California, 75%, Brownsville in Harlingen, about 73%, Miami, about 68%, and San Antonio, about 61%. So those are the top cities with most Spanish speakers in the country. So here are the states, California, Texas, Florida, New York, and Illinois, okay? And again, we're second in the country. I think I already covered this with the other picture. El Centro, California is Los Angeles, Hialeah, Laredo, Brownsville, and McAllen. More data about Spanish speakers in the world. More than 62 million people in the United States are Hispanic, or about 19% of the population. And 71% of Hispanics in the United States speak Spanish at home with their family. So Spanish is the second most spoken language in the United States, only after English. And it's more data about the countries with most native Spanish speakers, which is Mexico, Colombia, and Peru. So here are my references, and now we're gonna switch about the tortillas, the corn tortillas. So here we got some facts about the tortillas. As one of the club members of the Hispanic Cultural Club, we'll talk about how to make the corn tortillas, okay? So later we're gonna either show you the video or it's gonna be happening in the presentation, okay? So facts about the corn tortillas. So corn tortillas originated in Mesoamerica, not only in Mexico, but they were created about 3,000 years ago. The Maya and the Aztecs, who were native indigenous people in Mexico and Mesoamerica, they used them daily, okay? So how do they make them? They use a process called nixtamalization. Traditional Mexican tortillas are made from nixtamalized corn, a process where corn is soaked in lime water. This improves nutritional value, taste, and texture, okay? So it's very popular in Mexico. Corn tortillas are typically handmade or bought fresh daily in the tortilla factories or mercados, okay? We also use the corn tortillas in the United States. Specifically, are very mass produced by large food companies. They are often found prepackaged in grocery stores or markets. So fresh versus preserved tortillas. Mexican tortillas are usually contain only corn, water, and lime, while US versus often include preservatives and gums for longer shelf life in the United States. We see those in the market. So number 6, tortillas are in Mexico a cultural symbol or part of the cultural identity. It's more than food. They are symbol of national identity because many people in household in Mexico, they made them by hand with a tortilla press or tortillera, okay? And then when they make them, they put in the tortilla warmers or petacas. That way they keep them warm, okay? It's very common in Mexico. In the United States, it's not as common, but we still put them in a type of servilleta, okay? So how do we use them? Are they either corn or flour? What's the difference? Well, in Mexico, they are most popular, the corn tortillas, and they are preferred in the south. While in the north of Mexico, they use a lot of flour tortillas, just like in the United States. But the United States is very varied. Some people prefer the corn tortillas, and some people prefer the corn tortilla, so it's a mix, okay? So a street food foundation. So what can we do with the corn or flour tortillas? Well, we can do tacos, sopes, enchiladas, tostadas. In Mexican street food, usually are fresh, okay? Corn tortillas as their base. So in the United States, lately we're having like a resurgence of the tradition of the corn tortillas. And we're going through nixtamalized masa and artisanal methods, especially in cities with large Mexican populations, as we already mentioned. So Los Angeles, Houston, and Chicago are very diverse population with a lot of Hispanic population, okay? From Mexican or Mexican-American roots. And here is the little recipe also and the data I show in Spanish, and now we're gonna take a look at the actual recipe. We're gonna find out if the person is gonna do it right now, or we can just gonna read the directions for the recipe, okay? So at this time, we're gonna read the directions in case the person is not present. Here they are. And we got image tortillas, the maize, the second one and the one on the top is a flour tortilla. This one is to make the ingredients for 12 tortillas, okay? 2 cups of masa harina de maíz nixtamalizado, and about 1.5 cups of warm water and a little bit of salt, which is optional. You mix all the ingredients. You do the little bolitas or little balls, about 12 portions, and then you use the little tortilla maker press to make the tortillas. It's about 15 centimeters in diameter, and then you put them on the grill, either gas, electric grill. So put them on medium fire for about 30 seconds for each side, and then you flip it over, okay? And then about 1 minute, and then again 30 seconds. So you flip it twice, okay? And to keep them warm, you can put them in a little petaca or tortillera, okay? So we got some tips in there In case that is not working for you, either you can add more flour, more water, or more maseca, okay? Maseca mix, okay? The references, well, it's me. Yesenia Chavez and then ChatGPT for the image illustration and English nextamili.com. Tortilla consumption in the United States and Mexico, Hispanic Cultural Club members, Haynes Ellen and Lucio Mayra, because they came with the idea about the tortilla project. Okay, so now depending on the class project, it will have other speakers, Pascal or Professor Cheng, that we're going to talk about Chinese and French. We also want to thank the Modern Language Department at San Jacinto College for making this possible, the Hispanic Cultural Club, the students at San Jacinto College, and the members, okay? Thank you, and now it's gonna be time for questions. Thank you for watching.